So in this video, we're going to take you through one of the biggest tactical mistakes we see singles players making. This is going to help you play with more control and reduce your number of errors.
So David, what are these tactical mistakes we're seeing with people playing singles?
So I think it's worth understanding the different styles we can play when playing singles, and I like to split these into zones. Now there's an attacking zone. Now this is when you're hitting smashes, you're hitting heavy slices, you're taking the net early, you're in a good position. You also have a defending zone. Now this is when you're not in a good position, you're having to scrap some shots back, your opponent's attacking you aggressively. So we sort of got two polar opposites there. Now what we see with a lot of players is they only think they're these two zones, but there's actually a third zone that slots right in the middle, and I'm going to call that the neutral zone. Now this is when neither player are in a better position than the other. And what we tend to see with players is they'll try and jump straight to the attacking zone, and it's just flipping between the two. And actually this neutral zone is such a key zone to playing singles in.
So what does playing in this neutral zone actually look like?
So when you're in the neutral zone, you're essentially trying to do three things. Be consistent, play with good margin, and not try and hit a winner because you're not in a position to do so. So the type of shots we're sort of looking at is a push to middle. It doesn't allow your opponent to do much, and you're not going to be kind of in a bad position there, but you're not in a fantastic position where you can hit winner. Maybe in the rear court when we're not quite up there to hit a hard smash or attacking shot, we're hitting a deeper, sort of faster drop into court that our opponent can't do anything with, but likewise, you're not going to get many winners from it. And final one, maybe nice, a high, deep lift over the top of your opponent that, yeah, they're still going to get to, but they're not going to be able to hit a great attacking shot, and you're just going to gently defend it back.
So I guess, Dave, what we're looking at is possibly changing people's mindset a little bit, that sometimes it's not all about hitting the winner, but sometimes not about losing the rally and actually making our opponent do that for us.
Yeah, I definitely think if you reviewed your singles matches and compared your winners to your opponent's winners and then your errors to your opponent's errors, the person who wins is the person who's made the least errors, not the person who's hit the most winners.
So David, what drill can we do to start practicing this?
So we're going to start with what I call the neutralizing drill. And I love this drill for two reasons. One, it gets you used to playing pushes back to the middle, which actually is a shot we rarely practice. And two, it gets you hitting these neutralizing shots, which are drops, fast drops when we're not in the best position possible. We're slightly later, but we're hitting them nice and deep into court. And you should get really kind of consistent with these. They're a shot you don't want to make an error on. So the way this drill works is I'm going to be with my feeder, and we're going to be hitting pushes back to each other through the middle. This isn't like completely down the middle. It can be slightly side to side, but as a worker, I'm always trying to practice that push back to middle with nice short action. At any point, then the feeder can punch the shuttle into either corner, forehand or backhand. I'm going to be then taking it in a slightly later position, still as early as possible though, so it is important for the feeder to really try and force you into that position. And then I'm going to be neutralizing the shuttle back, which is a fast, flat drop into court, and we're going to continue the rally.
So David, it's probably worth us discussing why we're actually playing pushes to the middle, because I can probably see players thinking, well, that's not our best shot to play. It's kind of coming straight to where our opponents maybe stand a little bit more around base. So why is it we're using the middle rather than always hitting the pushes out to the sides?
So the middle is actually a really safe shot because it doesn't give your opponent any angles. It doesn't give them that fast cross net or that big whip, high lift into your backhand corner. It actually forces them to have to try and create something. So if they want to try and get the initiative, they're going to have to try and kind of force a shot really, whereas you're actually already in a good position. So it's also worth noting, even though we're in this neutral zone and we're not all out attacking, we've still got to move with speed and purpose, because we want to take that shuttle as early as we possibly can, but we also want to play with control. So making sure those feet are still moving nice and quick.
Okay, so first drill done. How do we go about progressing this further, working on the neutralizing zone?
So a routine I really like to do was service line back rallies. So the idea is here, we take out the front of the court. What this is going to do is force those deeper pushes, force those longer drops that aren't going to give your opponent like an easy net shot or an easy turn. Now the idea is, yes, we're wanting to make sure we're trying to play in this neutral zone, but the beauty here is now when you do have that opportunity to attack, whether you're in a good position, your opponent's hit a weak shot, you can then hit that sort of aggressive attacking shot, getting into that attacking zone. But the idea is, as much as possible, you want to kind of keep control of your game for as long as possible.
I think what we're trying to promote is this: we're not saying that we no longer want you to attack. We don't want you to try and win points. We're trying to give you this balance of when that is feasible based on the situation that you're in and where your opponent may be standing.
100%. And when you go look at these professional games, why are they going so long? Why do they look like they're all in control? It's because they're playing in this neutral zone a lot and waiting for that opponent to kind of make the error in terms of shot quality.
So David, what are the key takeaways from this video?
I would say have a look at your game, look at how many errors you're making, how many winners you are hitting, and particularly the errors, think, was I in the right position to try that shot? And was that the reason I made the error? And then have a think about this neutral zone. Should I be playing more shots deeper into court, pushing to the middle, kind of not trying to force a winner, and actually just keeping yourself in a good position until your opponent makes that error. And as always, if you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button and head over to Instagram and give us a follow.